tell you something right now that is gonna change your consciousness, and it's gonna change the way you look at life, so be ready. Stop reacting to life and start acting. What do I mean by this? I see a lot of people that never get anywhere or never accomplish anything. They're always reacting to life. So they won't really have goals, they just do things. You know how fast we age? You know how fast you'll be 80 years old and regret your whole life tomorrow? All of these people will die in the end, and then what? And then what? You lived for them. But they aren't even here anymore. Also, the same people that you care so much about their opinion, and you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of them, these people are super weird. I've never met a person, I've never met someone that is not weird. That they have weird things, they have weird behaviors, but this is very normal. This is very normal. This makes us a human being. So who are you trying to impress here? No one is perfect. So you're trying to portray a perfect image to imperfect humans. If you want to be truly successful, it's not about getting those cars, it's not about getting the material wealth, it's about fulfilling your soul. And what fulfilling my soul and your soul looks like can be very different. You have to become so serious about your goals and working towards them, otherwise you'll spend your whole life watching other people accomplish their goals. You will always be a side character in someone else's main character, and you don't want to do that. Your life is about you. You are there first. You cannot live a fulfilled and happy life if you're constantly putting other people in front of you, and if you're constantly worrying more about them than you're worrying about yourself.
To realize that you are an unlimited being. You are literally a soul in a body having a human experience. Why do you think that things are so hard to get for you? Huh? So God put you on this earth to suffer? Is that what you believe? Is that what you believe? To put you on earth to suffer? Is that a loving God for you? No. God wants you to win, okay? He's rooting for you. He is rooting for you. Now you have to start rooting for yourself, okay? Once you realize that, you know what, I'm an unlimited being. Like literally, we're literally flying in the universe. Like with gravity, that's it. Like, don't you guys understand how insane this is? And then you think like, you know what, accomplishing my goals is very hard. What are you talking about?
Don't you think that I feel like this? I feel like this all the time. I doubt myself. I fear certain things that I'm gonna do. I worry that things are not gonna work out. But I don't allow it to let it stop me. Because there is no way that I can go down again. The only way for me is up. And I'm committed to myself. I'm committed to the promises that I made to myself. The want that I have and the desire for what I want to create for myself is bigger than those fears, doubts, and worries. It's bigger than that. I cannot afford to let these fears win, because I have done that in the past, and I've let it win. And what did that get me? Nowhere. Stuck in my room for years, not even leaving my own room. You can either sit there and let life pass you by, or take life and give it a twist of your own. You can completely create it how you want it, how it's supposed to look for you. Yes, maybe things will happen that you don't like. Oh no, I hadn't envisioned this, blah blah. It's not supposed to go completely the vision that you had and completely the way that you were thinking about it. Of course you're gonna have ups and downs, but I tell you one thing, once you commit to a goal and you see that vision for yourself, you will get there. You will get there no matter what. In order for me to get where I am right now, I went to complete through the worst times of my life. The worst. I had the biggest plot twist in my life that I never even saw coming. But I needed that hurt. Because now I am where I am, and I have the knowledge that I needed. I needed that knowledge, but what I got from that hurt. This thing that's so beautiful and powerful, it's just realizing that no matter what anyone tells you, no matter that you think that you're not good enough, just being here means that you're a miracle and means that you're allowed to take up space. God didn't put you on earth to not take up space. There was space for you, and that's why you came to this earth. That's why you have a mission on this earth and you have a purpose. But that purpose cannot be fulfilled because your lack of self-belief is blocking the purpose. No one is holding you back. You are holding yourself back. Don't give anyone power over you to think that they can take something from you or make you feel something. They can't make you feel anything if you don't allow yourself to feel it. Also, resistance is what lowers the vibration. For example, I get a comment like, oh, I think she's so ugly. Now, if I will resist, like, oh, I'm not ugly. No, I'm not ugly. I do really look good, all these things. Then I'm lowering my vibration because I'm putting so much energy into something that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you think I'm good looking or whether you think I'm not good looking. It matters how I show up for myself day in, day out. It matters how I feel about myself. You really have to ask yourself, why should I feel any less about myself because someone else cannot see me the way I see myself? Why would you give someone power like that? If you just accept like, I am ugly to you and that is okay, it can just pass through. The more you try to resist being angry, the more you try to resist being sad, the more you try to resist all these emotions, is the more you'll feel worse and worse, and your energy goes into resisting it instead of letting it pass through. I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna even cry for a month. Let me cry. I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna shout. Let me do that. It doesn't matter. But when it's done, and I can move on from that. And growth is not easy, okay? Growth is not easy. Growth is 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Every time you learn something, it's 2 steps forward because now you have more knowledge, but then if you put it into practice, it will be 1 step back because you're not used to acting like this, okay? But you still have to continue though. If you give up, once you feel like, oh, this got uncomfortable, oh, this is too much for me, if you give up right there, you'll be right back where you started. The one thing that differentiates the non-successful from the successful people is the successful ones believe in themselves. And even if they're delusional about it, because a lot of people will watch them and say, you're not all that, you're not that great, but they believe they are. And they truly are delusional in that. And because they are delusional in that and they follow that path, they get towards the highest places. And you're on the sideline, you can join them. You can join the successful people once you just realize that if they could do it, I could do it as well. Realize that shame and embarrassment is not your natural state. Why do I say this? And we are born as babies. We are not born with shame. We are not born with embarrassment. We don't know what that is. A baby is just authentically themselves. A child is as well. Until the parents starts to indoctrinate them with their own belief system that they have been taught from their own parents. You know, it goes on for generations. So they put these belief systems that are toxic onto their own children. So the child starts to think like, oh my God, if I do this, that's gonna be embarrassing. Oh my God, if I do this, then that's gonna be embarrassing. Okay, this is how I have to act in society because this is what is accepted. So the child basically starts to believe that if I do it this way, then I'll be accepted. But it starts to neglect its authentic self. Now, when this happens, the child becomes very insecure, and what happens later on is you have an insecure adult. Because any issue that an adult has comes from their childhood. You want to fix the adult, go back to their childhood. You are becoming such a powerful person. You're such a good, powerful person that will accomplish anything that you set your mind to. But right now, you're going through trials and tribulations and you're trying things out. It's okay. You're learning. You're growing. But just trust that the person that you're gonna be at the end of the day is a person that will look back and that will laugh at these situations and be like, you know what, I'm grateful for this situation and I'm grateful for the way I handled it. I'm proud of myself. That's the person you will be. That's the person you will become. I think for creation, solitude is important. The way I create the best is when I'm on my own, because I tend to really, when I'm with other people, pour a lot of energy into them. Even with my husband, like when he needs to work, he's like, Liz, I need to be alone. And I'm like, yeah, I also need to be alone because I need to work. So a lot of times it's good to retreat back to yourself and to have a conversation with yourself. Write things down, guys. Understand how listening to other people's opinions and whatever they think is true, when you start to do that on a regular basis, you will stop trusting yourself. When you don't trust yourself, you become very, very insecure. What happens is, imagine you have to make a decision, right? Because you feel like you are not capable of making decisions on your own. You constantly consult other people. You ask them what you should do, so you're living according to their opinion. So when something happens and you have to decide for yourself, you'll be like, oh no, I can't decide for myself. You're like a child. You're like, I can't because I don't know what's best for me. But you do. You do. These people don't. These people will never be in your shoes. These people don't know what it's like to be you. So who are you listening to? People that can only give outside opinion? Your life is shit because of you. I remember I used to sit all day in my room crying about why my life was shit and blah blah, and oh my god, my father abused me, blah blah. You think that anyone cared? No. You know when they care? When you get out of it. When your life becomes a success story. David Goggins is not David Goggins without his success. No one would care if he was still the same guy before. They would just look at him and be like, whatever guy, like shut up, you know, everyone has problems. But now he's an inspiration because he turned his life around. No one will care about any of you guys. You guys are sitting in your victim mindset. Someone might listen to you and be like, I feel a little bit bad for you. But everyone moves on with their life. You will be left behind. No one is going to save you. You know why? Because no one can save you. The only person that can save you is you. People are hypocrites, okay? The same things that they will judge you for and shame you for is the same thing that they will do behind closed doors. These people are the ones that will be the first one to judge others. Why? Because day in, day out, these people judge themselves. They hate themselves, they're miserable, so they want to pick on other people so they feel the same way. Abusing yourself by being in the same circle that you don't like. Stop abusing yourself by being the same person that you don't like. Look into the mirror, honey. We don't have anyone to blame. Don't lower yourself for miserable people. These people are in the dark. Leave them there. Also understand, people switch sides very quickly, okay? It's all fun and games and everyone laughs in the beginning. They'll laugh at you. When I was starting out my social media, everyone was laughing at me because it was embarrassing and haha, I was a joke, okay? I'm not a joke anymore. Now it's like, oh, I used to know her. Oh my god, people make up stories that they used to know me. They switch sides so quickly once they see that someone becomes popular or once they see that other people like them. Because people are so insecure. The only thing they do is follow the crowd. Are you trying to impress these people? These people. You're trying to live like whatever for these people. You're embarrassed of doing anything just for these people. That will tomorrow be by your side once you make it. Today they're shaming you, tomorrow they will say, oh, I used to know her. So just stop trying to be liked in general. Stop. If someone tells you you're smart, that doesn't mean you're smart. If someone tells you you're stupid, that doesn't mean you're stupid, okay? These are all comments from people from their own perception of you. None of it is facts, okay? Someone can tell you you're smart, but for someone else, you're the most stupid person on earth. Same way, not everyone will find you pretty. Not everyone will find you funny or like a fun person or someone to look up to. They will not. See, as a victim, it's easy to run away again. It's easy to be like, oh, I tried. You didn't try, and you didn't try hard enough. Try again until you get there. Another thing is some of you are genuinely addicted to drama, okay? And you have to realize this. A lot of people, when they come out of an abusive household, they will think like later in life, like, hey, it's too peaceful, it's too quiet. So what do? They start to attract people that will give them that toxicity again, because this is the only thing they knew. This is what they grew up with, okay? Realize that you're the creator of that drama though. You can choose to have a peaceful life. You can choose to just have peaceful people around you. And if you can't find peaceful people, just be peaceful on your own for a while until you find someone that makes you feel peaceful too. But see, you don't want to do that because you want to feel that adrenaline again. There is something in there that you're still attracted to. So you need to work on that. Stop creating drama when it was never meant for you. Stop involving yourself in things that were never meant for you. Stop watching things that are so dramatic. And now you feel like you're inside of that drama too. Another thing is God blesses the black sheep. See, I remember when I was younger, my mother's ex-husband, one time I needed to buy something for him and I went down to the store. So then he gave me money and I had spent $2 more. And because I spent that $2 more, I came like back home and he spit in my face because I did that, because of $2. And then another time, my mom, she asked me if I could take $5 from his wallet so we could have food the next day for our siblings to buy bread to go to school, right? And she's like, can you please go take it from his wallet? Because otherwise we wouldn't have food. So then I went and I took it from his wallet, and when he figured it out, he beat me up for it. When I was younger as well, I was wearing Converse, like shoes to school, and I would wear them for years on end, the same shoes. and then eventually they got worn out and they got holes in it. So then when I used to walk outside, also when it was raining, like water would get into my shoes. So then I asked my mom's ex-husband if like I could get new Converse shoes because my shoes were broken, and he said no. And then I literally was like, whoa, like I'm getting told constantly no, I can't make my own money yet. And I literally had like nothing. But see, when people come from a situation like this, like bullied people that are abused, people that were like financially abused, things like that, or like abusive relationship, doesn't matter. God really blesses the black sheeps. Truly, 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 this is true. Because the way that God blessed me with money now is like the biggest universe ever. That's why I really believe that like sometimes we go through hardship, but in the end, you will end up winning. And I've known people that were bullied. I've known people that were abused that literally said like they thought they didn't want to live anymore. And then now they became so successful. It's because sometimes like you get tested in life and sometimes you need knowledge. Like I needed knowledge. I needed knowledge on all these things that I'm talking about now. The reason why I literally understand people and feel their feelings on a different level is because of the abuse. Like without the abuse, I don't think I would have been maybe the same person, but I would not like felt people's pain this way. Because when someone comes up to me and talks about the same abuse that they're going through, I feel it. And it's a different level, and I understand people on a different level. You just go to your job every day and you're just plugged into that system, but what are you actually doing? Is that fulfilling you somehow? Is that fulfilling your soul? Are you on the sideline working towards something that you think is a purpose, or you want to create something that will be big? Or are you just every day going to work, doing the same routine, and you never feel like you're alive? Same way with relationships. I see a lot of people even around me, they get into relationships, but they have no future plans. When I ask them like, why do you get into these relationships? They're like, oh, but it doesn't matter. It's just like good for me now, this and that. But it has been good for you for the past 9 years and it hasn't gotten you anywhere. So when are we all gonna start acting and be like, listen, this is my goal. I want to have a family, I want to have marriage. Okay, then start dating for that potential and then say no to everything that isn't that. Ever since we were young, we were always taught to just follow the system, not really believe in themselves, because who benefits you believing in yourself? It doesn't benefit the higher ups, it will never benefit them. You know, if I was a dictator or if I want power, I would never tell you any of these things because I want you guys to stay small. But start thinking bigger, open your mind. The minute you open your mind and you're receptive to other ideas, to other perceptions in life, is when your life and soul will expand. Our soul wants to expand, guys. Our soul doesn't want to stay stuck. We're not meant to stay stuck. The universe is so big and we are the universe. The universe is constantly expanding. So our soul needs to expand, and we expand through creations. I said no because I would rather die than not fulfill my purpose. And this is why I am where I am, and I'm unstoppable. Another thing is a successful, a confident person is someone that sets a goal for themselves and does not stop at nothing to achieve it, okay? That is when you will become the most confident. That is when you will become the most successful. When I say I am going to do something, you best believe everyone around me knows Liz is going to do that and no one can stop her. It can be the biggest mistake I ever made, till I made that mistake and I made the decision to make that mistake. So I always listen to myself first. I will listen to other people's advice. Oh, this is dangerous, this and that, and I will take it in, and if they're right, I will follow the advice. But oftentimes, who is the end decision maker? I am. I will. And when I say that this is what I will accomplish or this is where I will be here, I will stop at nothing. People can tell me hundreds times, Liz, you will not make it. Liz, you will not do it. This and that. I will be there. I will be there, and I will show everyone every single day that they will never stop my blessings. The best things in your life have not even happened yet. The best people that you were meant to meet, you haven't even met yet. The best opportunities that were meant to come into your life have not happened yet. Stop thinking that just because things are not going your way, or just because you didn't get the thing that you wanted, that this is gonna be like this for the rest of your life. It's not true. It's simply not true. You will meet other people. You will fall in love again. You will attract a new job opportunity again. You will create a business again. You will do it again, because that is life. Sometimes things are not for us because we're meant for something else and meant for something bigger. You need to accept it. The times in my life that I thought that I wanted something and I wanted that thing so bad, I want to thank God right now that I never got it. Because that was literally nothing in compared to what I got. I was thinking this small, meanwhile a plan for me was this big, you know? So stop thinking that you're smarter than life. You're not. Sometimes life works itself out, and yes, heartbreak is meant to happen. How will you ever learn if you never experience heartbreak, if you never experience sadness, if you never feel at something? How do you learn? Sometimes we need really big hurt in order to open our eyes and to see things clearly. To realize that we are all creators. That is our natural state. If you look at children, they're constantly creating. A child, when he falls off his bike, he doesn't stop riding the bike because he thinks, oh my god, no, I fell, that's it. No, he continues trying again. A child, when he's walking, he doesn't stop walking because he fell one time. No, he continues, because children have no shame. They haven't been taught all this trauma, shame, bullying, abuse. They're still pure. They just came to this earth. But this is our natural state, guys. We just have to come back to our natural state, which is being childlike, which is believing in yourself like a child believes in themselves, which is creating like a child creates. Get children for inspiration. Look at the way they act. They don't hang on to things. They go from one thing to another. They have this project, that project, and they move on. They don't attach themselves to things easily. They move on. This is how we have to be in order to be happy in life. Why are you crying over something that happened 5 years ago? You're denying yourself of today's blessings because you're so stuck in a past that doesn't exist. You're denying yourself of today's blessings because you're so stuck in a future that you want but you're unable to create because you don't appreciate the present. What is there to create? Everything. You can create everything. This universe is huge, big. We're abundant, guys. We're abundant. You can create books, you can create poetry, you can create music, you can create YouTube videos, you can create cooking, you're creating food, creating a family. It doesn't have to be crazy big. It doesn't have to be something where millions of people will watch it. It has to be something where your soul feels like, I want to get up in the morning. If your soul feels like, I want to get up in the morning because I get to go to the gym, or I get to study, because these are all privileges, okay? These are all privileges. I know there's a lot of people in the hospital right now wishing they were just healthy, and we don't see these things as privileges until it's taken from us. We don't see our blessing until it's taken from us. So every day, when you say like, oh, I have to study, no, I get to study. There's so many children, students out there that wish they could study. There's so many women out there that don't get the opportunity to study. So don't be ungrateful. That's that what you want is what you can do. What your soul wants is what you can do and are capable of. Look, I don't want to be a chef. I've never been interested in being a chef, but I know there's someone out there that's their only dream to be a chef. Why? It's what their soul wants to do. It's how their soul wants to create. And that is for them. I love making advice videos. I love making these videos, but this is not for everyone. Not everyone loves to do this. This is a task for them. Why? My soul is different. This gives me purpose in life. When I wake up and I think I can at least help one person rethink their life, I can at least help one person just have a new perception in life, that is what I do it for. For me, money is just a side quest of me living my purpose. Money will come anyways because I'm an abundant soul and I do things from my heart. So my soul already knew what I was meant to create. I just couldn't figure it out or put it into words. Your soul is gravitating towards something, whether it's art, photography, sports, whatever it is. Follow it. Your soul sometimes knows already because your higher self knows where you're meant to go and what is for your highest good. Also understand that your addictions are excessive energy looking to create. See, when you don't have purpose in life, or when you are not creating anything, or you're not striving towards anything or living towards anything, what will happen is your body will become depressed or it looks for a way to get the energy out of you. Now, what a lot of people then do is like they start drinking, or they get like different addictions, even sex addictions, because they think like, okay, like what else am I supposed to do with all this excess energy? But what your soul is trying to tell you is it wants to have purpose in life. Whatever you're fighting for, whatever you're passionate about, it wants to show that, and it wants to birth that into earth. For example, when I had my binge eating addiction or my eating disorder, I was constantly eating, trying to suppress all my emotions. But what's actually happening is my emotions wanted to show. It wanted to come out, but I was suppressing them with food because I was like, at least I won't feel anything. But the minute I started to feel is the minute I started to become more and more successful, because I could use my emotions and transmute it into something that was my YouTube channel. And then another thing is transmute your pain and your emotions into power. The biggest artists, they create their biggest masterpieces because they were sad, because they felt angry, because they wanted to take revenge on someone. That's when they create the biggest books, the biggest songs, the biggest poetry. Footballers, for example, they'll perform their best when they feel a very strong emotion. Realize one thing in life: no matter how much you search for a partner to fix you, no matter how much you search for a job to fix you, no matter how you search for another opportunity to fix you, the person you're actually looking for is you. Because no one is going to bring you happiness, no one is going to fix you except for you. You are the person that you're looking for. They cannot give you the love that you're trying to find, because that love needs to be inside of yourself. They cannot give you the opportunities because those opportunities are already inside of you. I had a friend of mine, and she's trying to start a business, and I was talking to her like this and that, and then she literally goes like, yeah, and then I find like this investment team to do it, and they can help me, this and that. Meanwhile, I know she literally needs no one and can do it just by herself, like right now, you know. But sometimes people are afraid of their own potential. They don't want to be that successful because they're scared. They're scared of how good they are. Really, truly, this is the thing. People are scared of their own potential, of how successful they can become, and they're scared of the fact, like, how would they be able to handle all that success? Because they're not ready for it. It's uncomfortable to them. And I told her, the investors, all these things are just excuses, because the person you're looking for is you. You can literally create a business right now by yourself, and you know this, and you don't need anyone. Instead of going through middlemen where you have to split the money with, it can go directly to you, and you know this. And she said, yeah, you're right. The person you guys are looking for to fulfill you is you. Be grateful for your struggles and take your lessons and move them into success. Things either you will create it or someone else will do. See, these ideas, whatever idea you get in your mind or whatever, they need to come to earth. Now, if you're not going to do it, someone else will do it, and then you're going to sit there thinking, oh my God, that was my idea, I wanted to do it. Honey. The universe, God gave you that idea, but you didn't take it. So whoever takes it next is for them to birth to earth, okay? I'm telling you, you do not want to be the person that is left on the sideline watching everyone else live a happy, purposeful life. You don't want to be that person. Believe me. When you lived a life without purpose, when you lived a life that you feel like you only live for other people, I promise you, when you're 80 years old tomorrow, you're gonna regret your life. So either you take action now, or you live your whole life in regret. Another thing is the law of conformity. This basically means that no matter how hard you try to do something, your environment will always dictate who you are. This is very, very true. If you are trying to love yourself constantly or believe in yourself that you can do something, but you have someone around you constantly in your ear telling you, you will not achieve that, you cannot do that, at some point you're going to start to believe that person over yourself, because this is the environment you have. If you live in a household where this is the case, then try to minimize contact with these people. Try to stay at work as much as you can. Try to stay away from them as much as you can, or in your room, don't engage with them. Also, another excuse I hear from a lot of people is like, oh yeah, but Liz, it already exists. Why would I do it, this and that? It doesn't exist with your energy though. It exists with someone else's energy, because yeah, everything exists. You know, this exists right here, this exists. People have it everywhere, but maybe someone else makes it in a way that they want to make it, and then people love that one more, or also want to buy that one. My YouTube videos, how many are there now online? So many of them, same thing, same advice. But guys, those other people are more relatable for other people, so their energy is also needed for other people. Not everyone wants to watch me, and I don't want everyone to watch me either, you know. I respect that people find more, even if it's, let's say it's the same, people say the same word, the same advice, but someone might just find meaning in what that other person said over what I said, and I respect it, okay? Whatever needs to be created comes through your vessel, comes through your energy. Your energy is powerful. Just because it's already out there, it's not out there with your energy. So you can still create magic, but the magic only comes when you start believing in yourself, and you start believing that you're capable, and you start unbelieving all those belief systems that people, parents, all these people have put in your head. Because that's not the truth. Often I hear things of like, oh, she's just stupid. Oh, what she's saying is just like whatever regular advice, this and that. Yeah, but that's to you though. People that are in such a bad state, the only thing they need to hear is it's gonna be okay. And that can change their life, that one sentence. Don't underestimate the power of words. Just because it's regular and you already had this knowledge, yeah honey, get off your big throne and let other people that don't have that knowledge listen to it. Also own your mistakes. Own whatever you did. Say, okay, I did it. If someone brings it up to you and says, oh, you used to be like this. Oh, you did this. Remember? Say, yes, I remember. And I changed and I evolved. What now? What do you guys want me to do now? If you are the one that is constantly shaming yourself for the thing that you did, yeah, that's when it becomes embarrassing. But when you own that, when you own what happened, and when you own what you're ashamed about, no one can hold it over your head. Only you have power over that. No one can make you feel embarrassed. No one can make you feel ashamed. When you like what you do, when you feel that you're like, you know what, I'm doing a good thing. I like what I'm putting out, whether it's artistically, whether you're creating something and you're like, you know what, I love what I put out. That's good enough. No one can make you feel embarrassed. Only you can do that to yourself. You can allow people to make you feel like that. Another thing is realize that shame is like living in a prison of other people's minds. You are their little puppets. They can make you feel anything. They can make you feel sad. They can make you feel happy. Like, why would you do that? Have you looked at other people? See, all the people that are trying to shame you, embarrass you, put you down, why do they want to put you down? Because they see something in you that you cannot see in yourself, but they see it. People that are down, no one puts them down because they're not a competition. But it's always the people that have something. There's always the people that have this thing in them, whether it's a light or an energy that people want to bring down. Because they see something in you. And once you start to see that thing in yourself, you will be incredibly powerful. They cannot stop you. A person that understands who they are and their power is unstoppable. Why would you want to live in a prison like that? Imagine you're 80 years old tomorrow and you realize I've lived my whole life for other people. I lived my whole life just for other people's opinion.
I also need you to realize that you deserve whatever you desire. I find it really weird when people say, no, you know what, I feel like I don't deserve that. Why not? Are we not on earth? Are we not suffering enough here already by just being alive? Why is it that we're literally just souls in a body, yeah, and we're just living a human experience, and then our imagination is so limited? We think like, oh my god, like, no, I can never be a millionaire. Why not? Money is an energy. Money is not that special. Why do we think this is only for a certain special kind of people? Are you not special because you're alive? You know what? I will say this. It is for special type of people. It is just for people that think that they deserve it. And that's it. They don't even need to be talented. They don't need to have it all. Just people that think that deserve the high life, yeah, are the ones that get it. And people that are literally like talented, doing everything, but they feel like they're not good enough, those are the ones that never get it. And
this mug over here, someone had to imagine this mug in their head in order to put it into the physical realm, okay? So this is an imagination of someone. You going to your job. Your job is your boss's imagination. He imagined a company that he wanted to create and then he put it into the physical realm. So you're basically working at your boss's imagination. Countries are not real. We all imagine collectively a border. That's not there. It's just Earth, okay? Everything's Earth, but we imagine that those countries are separated. Money. We imagine that paper or the amount you have in your bank is worth that much, but it isn't. And if tomorrow the big corporation banks say that, hey, listen, the money you have in your account or the cash that you have is not worth anything, it's not. So basically everything we have in life is just an imagination. That means we're living in a dream, that means we're living in an imagination, and that means we're living in whatever you want to call it, the matrix, a game, whatever. Now bear with me, okay? The people in your life, let's say for example in my life, my sister, okay? Who is my sister? The only person that I know as my sister is my perception of her, is the character that I created of her in my reality. But if I ask right now to my mother, hey mom, who is my sister? She will give me a completely different answer. Because in my mother's reality, she created a different version of my sister. The same way when you have a relationship, right? And you think, I'm gonna get married to this guy, whatever. But then one day, all of a sudden, he does something to you, he cheats or whatever, and you're completely like shocked. And then you say you're heartbroken. You're not heartbroken, you're ego broken. Your ego had imagined something. You imagined you had a future with this person, but it was not reality because, honey, the only thing that's promised in life is that we will die. But other than that, nothing is promised. You can never know, never, even your own mother, you can never know how they will act. We basically imagine everything we do. We imagine our future. We dwell on the past, which also doesn't exist. Future, past doesn't exist. Only this moment is what we have. So if we start to realize that, wait a minute, we're kind of crazy. We live our whole life imagining stuff and thinking that it will happen a certain way and that it doesn't. What can we do with that? We can realize that we're the creator of our life. We can realize that we can create this dream or this imagination however we want it to be. Right now, if you decide, I never want to see the wizard list again, you can never watch my videos again, you can never watch my content again, and I will not exist in your imagination anymore. Same way, if you choose to walk away from a toxic partner, toxic friend, even your abusive household, these people don't exist in your imagination anymore, and in fact, you will create a whole different reality and a whole different dream. Because now you will meet other people, new characters in your imagination. That makes you feel safe. See, being a victim is the most comfortable thing there is because you don't have to do much. You don't have to do much. You know what your life is? This is your life. Your life is a circle. Everything just keeps moving the same way in the same circle. But this is comfortable for you. You know why? Because you know what is going to happen in the circle. You know everything. You don't have to take risks. You don't have to deal with different people. You know, okay, your partner is abusive, but at least you know him and at least you know what he's gonna do. I can tell you already right now, a lot of people watching this will not do that or take that leap of faith in life because you guys are not brave enough. And I'm saying this truly from my own life and from my own perspective. This takes guts, you know, and everyone wants to blame everyone. You want to blame your trauma, you want to blame capitalism, you want to blame society. At the end, you will be left with no one to blame but yourself. Your life is shit because of you. Anything that you're going through is growing you. So if you're in this position, I'm telling you, one day you will look back at this time and you'll think, I'm so grateful that this happened because now I have the knowledge that I needed back then. Now I'm a bigger person than I was back then. But you have to make that decision to take all of that knowledge and use it for something better. Use it to grow yourself. You know at what advantage you are if you just believe in yourself? Because 99% of people do not believe in themselves. 99% of people are afraid of others' opinions, are afraid to look embarrassed, and they don't think that they can do that thing. But you have that 1% that just believes in themselves, that doesn't care, they make it. So if you become of that 1%, you don't have a lot of competition. You really, really don't.
Why are you guys acting like once we are somewhere or we've been born in a country or whatever, we're like trees and we cannot move, you know? You don't find someone you like in your country, you go look in another country. I do not care. But you don't just go settle and lower yourself and accept bad behavior because that's just how my environment is. Or you constantly let people walk all over you because this is how it goes in my culture. Bullshit! You have the power to change things in your life. You have the power to move and go for what you actually want, but you are the one deciding to settle. See, you should be so powerful. When you walk into a room, that room becomes more valuable because they have you in it. You should be so powerful that when you put your paintings in a room, that room is more valuable because it has your painting in it. Do not undersell yourself to adapt to your environment.
I heard that you are doubting yourself again. I heard that, again, you're not realizing who you are. And that is showing up in your life, and you're having issues with other people because you don't know who you are. Okay. This is not gonna happen whilst I'm alive, okay? If I'm still standing and making my videos, I refuse. I refuse. You know what the chances are of you being alive? 1 in 400 trillion are the chances of you being born. Can you imagine that? So you're basically a miracle. And you're out here acting desperate. You're out here not realizing who you are. You're out here acting insecure. You're a miracle. A miracle. You know what I just realized recently? Like, I was just sitting when I went back home to visit my mom. And I was sitting and I was looking outside and I was like, Mom, but what are we actually? Like, what is this? This is like some sick joke, you know? Like, we're just a soul on earth being here for whatever reason to learn whatever lessons. And I don't know what happens after that. And we're just here. And why do we take life so seriously then? Like, why do people think like, oh my God, no, it's weird if I act confident, but I'm not? No? Like, literally, you can do anything. What does this all matter?
When is the last time you've given appreciation to yourself? When is the last time you thanked yourself for coming here, to coming to this point? When is the last time you thanked for yourself for even getting up in the morning and trying again? When? How do you expect other people to appreciate or love you when you can't even do that for yourself? When you can't even look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm proud of you, you did a great job, I love you. How do you expect that love from others then? I need you to realize that you can bounce back from anything. You know, life has put you through so many bad situations. Life has knocked you down, but who's still here? You and me are still here. We're still here, baby. And that is literally what you need to realize. We can come back from anything, you know, anything. There is nothing that will ever stop us.
People can prey on your downfall. People can hope that you do not make it. People can try to cancel you, but what is for you will never be taken away from you. And what is for someone else will never be taken away from them. No matter how much you try, no matter how envious you are, no matter how much you don't want them to do good, you cannot take that away from them. It's for them. And whatever is for you is for you. See, there's peace in that. It's lovely. It's very calming to know that. Because it's like, yes, I have my path, and whatever comes into my life was meant for me. And I deserve it. And I'm gonna do my best to make it the best life possible. But whatever is meant for me will anyways happen. I cannot force this. Can't force things. You have to allow things to naturally flow. The only thing you can do is focus on what you can focus on. Focus on your health. Focus on your mind, your mental health. Focus on taking care of yourself. And I promise you the rest starts to align like a puzzle. You don't have to do too much. You're not desperate. You don't need to do too much. No. Realize that when a person walks out of your life, it was not meant for you. Realize that when you lose a job, it was not meant for you. Realize when that business fails, it was not meant for you. And have peace with that. Start having peace with that. People can walk out of your life. You can lose things. Also realize that every single hour, every single minute even, is a new beginning. You can decide in a split second that this is how it's going to be, and you're going to change your life around, and that's it. That's a fresh start. You start from there. Every single second. In a second, people book flights and they go somewhere. And that's it. That changes their life forever. In a second, they have eye contact with someone. They meet someone, and that's it. That person, they change each other's lives forever. In a second, you get hired with a new job. That's it. Your life's also changed forever. A new reality. In a second, you have a new start. Life is not a set thing. Like, it's not just one way. It's fluid. Things happen all the time. People come in, people go out. This Life moves fast as well. Learn to be okay with things happening. Learn that this is a part of life. Learn that sometimes people are meant to walk out and walk back in. That is also part of life. Learn that you are supposed to learn things. That you are supposed to evolve. Your soul is supposed to evolve. It's okay. You have to become the energy you want to attract. You want to find love. Let's love yourself first. Become love. Why would someone come in, a partner come in looking at you? You don't even love yourself. Who wants to be with you? You don't even want to be with yourself. Love yourself first before you try to go out and look for love. You want to attract money? Be someone that money would be attracted to. What do you have to offer? What do you have to offer that you would earn so much money? How many people do you influence?
Negative and toxic environment, you think that your life is really limited, and you think that everything in life is limited, but you have to see further than your situation. You have to look at things greater than what your situation is. You can look at your family, you can look at your situation, and you can tell yourself it does not have to be this way. I do not have to go through what my mom went through. I do not have to go through what my dad went through. I do not have to have the same life as my siblings. I can do things differently for myself. I can come from the best childhood and end up having a really bad life. Or you can come from the worst place ever, pick yourself up and create a beautiful life for yourself and your family. Your life, like we're not a written thing, you know. We can change things around for ourselves, and I want you to have that belief, and I want you to know that it can happen. And as much as I hated going through what I went through in my childhood, if I did not experience those things, I would not be where I am today, because my career is literally based on giving advice based on my circumstances, based on what I went through. And imagine I didn't go through anything, you know. I could not tell you guys these things. So take whatever is happening to you, take it as a lesson, take it as a stepping stone. It doesn't have to knock you down. And your life does not have to be that way. I want you, you know why I keep repeating this? Because I don't think people understand this, because I never understood this. You're not a done deal. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you did in the past. It doesn't matter what happened to you, what you did. You can turn your life actually around. And if you have that mindset, and if you actually believe that it can happen, it will happen for you. God always had a bigger purpose for me, and I could not see that for myself. But I remember I would constantly pray for the smallest things ever. I would not get them. And there was a point where I just got hit rock bottom so hard that I was like, you know what? I do not care anymore. I literally do not care for anything anymore. I